Why do we mask? Not that kind of masking. Because masking works. If it didn't, autistic people and ADHDers wouldn't do it. It helps us function, get through school, sometimes keep a job, seem fine. But there's also a downside. Masking can lead to a ton of health problems and burnout. It also can cause all kinds of issues with self-identity. So stopping, or at least cutting back on masking, makes a lot of sense. But what actually happens when you stop? Here's what nobody tells you. Unmasking doesn't always feel empowering or freeing. Sometimes it's just weird, awkward, and a little exposing. So today, I'll share 6 weird things that start happening when you stop masking your autism. The good, the messy, and the ones that make you feel a little bit shy. And after we're done, make sure to grab the free Masking Reflection Guide to help you on your own journey. Links in the description. Let's get into it. Saying what you actually mean. Someone asks,
"How was your weekend?"
And instead of saying, "Good, thanks," you blurt out, "Really exhausting. I went to a birthday party and everything was fine until I walked into the house and just got hit with this smell. Wet dog. Just lots of heavy, wet dog smell everywhere. It permeated my skin. I could feel it sitting in my mouth. I could taste it. Just wet dog, heavy." So, spent a lot of time in the bathroom, throwing up. How are you? That's when you realize you're not defaulting to a script anymore. You're just saying the thing. No filter, no fluff. That automatic small talk mask, gone. That can be extremely refreshing and mildly terrifying. Wait a minute. What did I say in that conversation 2 weeks ago? When you stop sugarcoating or throwing in 47 disclaimers before every opinion, you realize you're actually kind of direct. Not rude, just clear. Clear and concise. And sometimes rude. Here's an example.
"Does this dress look good on me?"
No, it's pretty bad. Might need to work on the tone a little bit. Here's a better example.
"Hey, you want to hang out today?"
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just so tired of people today. No fluff. No weird up-made story about how your aunt's cat needs you to watch All Creatures Great and Small with her. I'd watch that show with her. Again, all 6 seasons, nonstop. But it can feel weird at first. It feels like you're breaking super secret social rules. But you're not. You're just being honest. And people who matter will adjust, especially if you let them know what's happening. Hey, I'm trying to be more clear and direct. It's what I prefer, but it's a little bit unfiltered. I'm practicing unmasking, and I feel really comfortable with you.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Over-explaining everything. Unmasking doesn't mean you stop over-explaining. It means now you know you're doing it. And noticing it makes it even weirder. It's like watching yourself word vomit constantly. Hey, I can't make it to that thing tonight. Not because I don't like you. I do like you. It's just I've got a lot of stuff happening. A lot going on. I mean, it's not serious or anything, but it's bothering me. It's not technically just me. It's more like larger things happening. Really large, like macro stuff in the world. I guess that's part of it. But I don't know. I feel like I ate something that's not settling very well. I don't even remember what I ate, but it doesn't feel good. I feel bloated. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like it's going to be coming out pretty soon. Aggressively. I don't know. I think it's the diarrhea. So that's too much information. Yeah. Okay. Bye now. Many autistic people grow up constantly misunderstood. Now that you know you are misunderstood, and it's likely because you're autistic, it feels almost like a compulsion to explain. Because you got to make sure the details are right. And you learn that being misunderstood is dangerous. So we explain everything just in case. That's something that continues when we start unmasking. The instinct to explain, clarify, and keep going doesn't just go away overnight. It's like you need it even more sometimes now. But then it exhausts you if you're really unmasking. Same thing with over-apologizing. The urge is strong. Sorry I didn't respond to your text 3 weeks ago. Sorry I made that weird face in the meeting. Hey, sorry I explained that thing for like 25 minutes back there. Masking taught many of us that we were usually wrong. We were too intense, too sensitive. So we might take the blame often, or not at all. So when you start dropping the mask, the people-pleasing tendencies can still linger. But you can improve that by just keeping the explanations simple. I'm too tired today, but thanks for asking. Less room for confusion. And if other people have questions, let them ask. Otherwise, keep going with your day. If you're confused or worried about how to do this, you can use our Masking Reflection Guide to help yourself through this time. Relearning takes practice, but it's really worth it later. Discovering your Stims and letting yourself do them. Stimming is often one of the first things we suppress as kids because we're told by other kids that it's weird, or a lot of adults just told me,
Stop doing that.
but stimming is self-regulation. It's what our bodies need to calm down or to let out energy and rebalance. For many of us high-masking autistic adults, unmasking is realizing that stimming is really important. Not only because the stimming feels right and makes your brain feel less likely to explode, but because forcing yourself not to stim takes a lot of energy. And if you're neurodivergent, you have limited energy, and your brain is often tired and working overtime.
Talking to each other.
What brain? I'm in the middle of a conversation here. You'd feel a lot better if you rocked. I'm not rocking. How about just tapping your fingers? I'm not tapping my fingers. It's distracting. Go for the leg bounce. I'm telling you, you gotta do the leg bounce. Dude, I need to focus and stay still. Stop distracting me. Be honest with me. Do you actually have any idea at all what the conversation you're in is about? A lot of people don't realize the mental energy it takes to suppress your stims. But as you start unmasking, you'll notice how much your body needs that movement, or humming that specific sound, or repeating that word because you love how it feels in your mouth. Shy. So instead of hiding it, you let it out. For me, I've learned that certain stims happen more at certain times. I rock a lot more when I'm feeling excited. I pace a lot when I'm thinking or agitated, but also when I'm talking and thinking. It's like the more I walk, the better my brain works. But that previously caused me some problems. When I was a teacher, I actually had a parent say,
My kid's neck is tired from you going back and forth all the time.
and side note, kids are really understanding about stims because a lot of them do it too. It's part of learning to self-regulate. Neurodivergent people just might need it more or do it differently. So when you stop suppressing your natural stims, they come back. And you might think, have I always done this? Yes, you just taught yourself not to. But as you start, your nervous system will finally get to regulate in real time, rather than keeping it pent up and feeling anxious as a result. It might feel weird at first, you might get some weird looks, but it's actually one of the healthiest changes you can make. And over time, people get used to it. I like to wiggle waggle a little bit when I'm excited.
You do you, buddy.
Spending a lot more time by yourself. When you start unmasking, your tolerance for being around others might drop a lot. You probably craved it, but you weren't sure why. Or if you're like me and fairly extroverted, you wanted to be around people, but it exhausts you. As you start unmasking, you realize just how much effort went into performing. I'm not talking about being up on stage and acting. No, performing as part of the mask. That's because of being a high-masking autistic person in a neurotypical world. Everything takes extra energy when you're autistic or ADHD, especially socializing. There's so many layers to pay attention to. Body language, tone, facial expressions, eye contact, not interrupting, staying on topic, keeping up with pace of social situations when your brain processes more slowly, filtering out background noises. And you have to do all of these things. Actually, it's way more than that too. And also monitor how it looks for you too. Eye contact. Now smile, look away, look back. Wait, what are they even saying? I didn't hear it. Just smile and nod. So you start to spend more time by yourself. Alone time isn't isolation. It's recovery and rebalancing. And unmasking might mean not forcing yourself to push through and fake it while you're silently screaming. Your brain's like, cool. Can we have a quiet, dark room under a weighted blanket with no questions or interruptions for maybe 4 days? It's more predictable, quieter, and a lot less explaining. So you might find yourself seeking out more and more of that time. It helps your brain rest and reset. And now you know, it's something your brain needs more than you ever realized. It's accommodating your brain. So it might feel weird if you're not used to giving yourself this time regularly. Other people might say,
I never see you anymore.
but it's okay. A quick, yeah, I'm working on not overdoing it as much, can help them understand. If you live with other people, carving out alone time with no interruptions is key. It's recovery for your brain. Exiting social situations when you've had enough. This one's huge. Autistic people often stay too long in uncomfortable situations. We push ourselves way past our limits and then shut down, have a meltdown when we get to a safe spot or need 3 days of recovery time. That's because decades of masking taught us not to trust our own limits. It's not that loud. But we're not done yet. But you do this every year. When you start unmasking, you start listening to your needs. Leaving becomes a form of self-help, and it doesn't have to be dramatic. You're halfway through dinner. Everything's loud. There's weird smells, clanging dishes, multiple conversations, and then your brain goes, yeah, we're done. So you stand up and say, hey, I'm gonna head out. No guilt, no awkward explaining, no pushing through. You just leave like a boss. That doesn't mean being rude. Telling people off, causing a scene, just a quick, hey guys, really appreciate you inviting me. Had a lot of fun, but I gotta head out now, so. And exiting. Then maybe you wait outside for your partner, but without the chit chat or needing to focus. If your brain is done, give it a break. Sit in the car, go for a short walk, stim or listen to calming music. Do what you need to do without faking it. So as you're unmasking and you know it's time to go, and you actually go, it can feel weird, especially if you need to be fine for way longer. That used to frustrate me about myself. Now I've learned that you still get that back. It's about patience, balance, and listening to your needs. Then understanding yourself. Maybe you had a harder week than you realized, so you're just not ready for socializing on the weekend. Maybe you didn't sleep much and aren't feeling well, so you might have needed to stay home to start with, even though everyone else thinks that's not supposed to happen. Maybe you need to readjust what socializing even looks like. Whatever it is, listen to your brain and body. Be patient with yourself and be ready to adjust. That's unmasking in action. But it's also why you feel more awkward, not less. This last one came as a bit of a surprise for me. You'd think unmasking is supposed to make you feel more confident, more relaxed, right? Instead, you feel like you're on stage and just forgot all your lines and how to walk. You're suddenly aware that you're acting different. You're noticing how you stand, how you talk, how you interrupt, how you stim, and it can feel even more awkward than before. But that's part of the process. You're learning yourself again. Your brain is trying to figure out what it feels like to actually be you. And after years of masking, that's exciting. And if you're patient with yourself and connect with others on this journey, it can be fun. You can laugh about these moments. The Auticate membership is one spot where you can do that. It's a great place to connect with others without having to mask. You just got to start with some key people in your life. This is a journey of relearning. Unmasking is part of that, but you don't have to do it alone either. So yes, unmasking can be messy, surprising, and pretty weird. But unmasking isn't about becoming someone new. It's about peeling the layers back of who you've always been, but kept hidden or edited out. So if you're feeling a little uncomfortable, that's normal. Give it time and be patient. Awkward now, less exhausted, and more yourself later. So grab our free masking reflection guide or the 30-day unmasking journal. Links are in the description. And if you've experienced something weird while unmasking, tell us in the comments or share your own unmasking journey. We love learning with all of you. And for more on the autistic experience, watch this video next. Go grab a couple of brewskis. That looked gross. Really sorry. Is it better? No? Sorry. Sorry.